Hey everyone, it's Henry, and today we're actually going to do something a little different. I'm not really going to play anything. I'm just going to teach you guys how to do something useful on guitar, which is related to, it's kind of related to having to do with changing the strings, but it's specifically about how to drastically shift the tuning when you're using a Floyd Rose kind of guitar bridge, like this one right here, that locks. Got the tuner locks up here. This video is just going to be about when you have a guitar with a bridge like this and a locking system, how you drastically shift the tuning. And what I mean by drastically is to play some certain songs, I tune this guitar down to D standard, and then I dropped the low string down an extra whole step. But now I want to bring this thing back to E standard. So you guys are probably like, well, how the hell do you do that? Because you can't just do it up here, and you can't do it back here with these things because that just won't change it enough. So what you're going to have to do is you got to grab an Allen wrench. Now, most of these guitars, they'll come with an Allen wrench that's suitable to the size of those bolts. Then you got to unscrew. I'll try to get this as close as I can. You have to unscrew the bolts. Hopefully this works. Yeah, I use this end. There we go. Just unscrewing these bolts. And just as a pro tip here, you don't want to lose these things. I'm actually doing this on a chair right now. So I'm keeping this on the chair. I'm not going to lose it. All right, now we have it, all these bolts, they're right here on this chair I'm leaving it on, and we're not going to lose them. So now that these bolts are off, we can tune them using the tuning forks up here. So that's a lot more useful. So, okay, we're going to put our tuners on, and then we're just going to start turning. So we want to get to E standard tuning. So we're in drop C in D standard. So that means the whole guitar is D standard, and we're in an extra whole step below two from that, just on the low string. So now we're going to go all the way to E standard, which is normal tuning, what most people have their guitars tuned to. So let's just start with the low string. And right now we're on like halfway between C and C sharp. So I'm going to tune this thing. I don't know if you can see this. We want this to be... I want that to be an E. I'm not going to show you guys the exact note changing. I'll just tell you where it's at. So now we're on E. We're going to change G to A. Now we're going to change D. Oh, sorry, we're going to change C to D. We're going to change F to G. We're going to change our A sharp. No, sorry, we're going to change our A to B. Now we're going to change this low D up to E. Hopefully this doesn't break. The high E string is a little bit weird with some of this stuff. Okay, so now we are at a E, kind of a B. It's almost at a G. That's not a D. Now, You guys might have noticed something changed on my guitar, right? Check this out. You guys see how this bridge thing here? It's not level, right? Isn't it kind of ramping almost? It's kind of making an incline. Well, that means what we're going to want to do now gets even more complicated. We've got to turn over our guitar and see this black piece right over here that protects the back of the bridge? We have to unscrew that. So let's get a screwdriver right there. Let's just unscrew it. I don't think I need to explain how to unscrew screws. It's a Phillips. That's what you're gonna need, a Phillips that matches the screw size. It didn't come with a guitar. I just happened to find one around the house, but pretty sure you guys can probably figure that out. All right. So now, what we're gonna do now, we've unscrewed that black cover. So, because this bridge right here is slightly inclined, we need to balance it out by also manipulating the bridge at the back. So how we manipulate the bridge over here. Do you guys see those two screws right here? Those screws. We need to screw them in closer to here. When you screw them in closer towards the neck of the guitar, then the bridge becomes more flat. When you screw them away from the neck of the guitar, the bridge inclines more. So we don't want the bridge to incline more. So we're actually going to screw it in a little bit to make it tighter. So, just remember what screws I'm talking about. It's these two. I'll screw those in. Try to hold your guitar still. Hold it firmly. Now let's see that make it any better. Is the bridge any more flat? Not really, so we gotta keep going. Just keep going till it looks balanced to you. Does it look any better now? To be honest, not enough. We actually, because we're going to tune it up again, we actually want it to dip a little bit more below than usual, if that makes any sense. Try to do this as fast as possible. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Now let's see. It could stand to We could do a little more. It's getting really tight on the springs. Alright, since that's looking a little better, now it's really highly tuned. So now we're going to tune up again. We're going to have to tune a little lower. That's really high. That G went all the way up to A. That E went all the way to F sharp. Same. No. I think what we're going to need to do is we've got to move the bridge back a little bit before we keep tuning. So we just got to unloosen it now. So we gotta keep going. Now let's try tuning up again. This might actually be good enough just to tune. So now that we're tuning, this is pointing down a little bit. We want it to be level. That's the goal. We want the bridge to be level. So tuning this is actually going to bring this bridge up. So tuning it now might actually bring it up to the level that we need it to go. So let's see. As you can see, it's on the down pointing side, but it's level enough for us to use. Let's try it again. E. It's pretty much a B. That's looking pretty level there. That's looking really level if you ask me. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Now it's that's an A. That's pretty good, guys. And it's actually really, really level. It's almost perfectly level. Not trying to say what I did was perfect, but it's almost level. Anyway, now we want to do. Now it's not perfectly in tune. It's really not that in tune. Now we're gonna want to do see these 3 holes here. Now we're gonna do is we're gonna put the bolts back on. Crap! I just dropped a screwdriver. All right, put these bolts back on. You can screw them by hand first. Then you're gonna want to use the Allen wrench. All right, now finish the rest with an Allen wrench. Perfect. That's not horribly out of tune. Sorry, losing my vocabulary here. Now that our bolts are on this part of the neck, we have to tune with the fine tuners on the bridge. These little black knobs that come out of there. So let's see. We have an E here. There we have an E. Try to get this close up. We have an E. Let's tune it up till, well, we almost have an E, so we got tune it up till we have an E. That's basically it. I hate the G string, guys. It's always ridiculous. That thing's almost a half step down. He's almost there. Now, guys, the bridge, how we know we did this well. The bridge is, for the most part, level. It's pointing down slightly, but that's just slightly. And it's staying, that is pretty much E standard. Now, after you shift the tuning this drastically, it takes a little while for the guitar to adjust, as you can probably expect. But definitely now that you bolted it on, you always from now on tune with the tuning, I don't know what you call them, fine tuners, I guess. But if you want to change the tuning drastically again, then you just unscrew these bolts with your Allen wrench. And now we've done it all, it's pretty much in tune. We're going to want to protect the back of the bridge again. So how we do that, we just take this thing, put it back on there. And I did it the wrong way. Is that the right way? Or is it this way? No, might be, yeah, it's this way. My bad, guys. Had it facing the wrong way. Now, you want to take your screws, and I assume that if you guys are even trying to learn from this video, that you guys definitely know how to screw screws back in. And just screw them. Probably one at a time is the best way to do it. Alright, guys. And now it's screwed back in. The bridge, the back of the bridge. The bridge over here is level. It's locked up here. It sounds in tune for the most part. And now, guys, I hope you have a good one today. That is how you change the tuning on a Floyd Rose type bridge. Have a good day, everybody.